Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another day of DC Universe Online with Chris Dash. For the most part, Martian Manhunter is one of my favorite characters when it comes down to the Justice League members. I had a brother, recently passed away. He liked Martian Manhunter. He used to give me a beatdown with this character when we used to play games. He was really good at it. He was way better than me when it came down to being a gamer. I guess he just played way more games than I did when it came down to
the teleporter is almost ready to receive evacuees. Prepare to move out.
Guy. I used to play a lot of Nintendo games and came up on Nintendo 64. Transcended to PlayStation 2, 3, 4, and 5, as we now see. But he was way much more of a gamer than I was. He was very exploring into other games. Martian Manhunter is one of his favorite characters when it came down to DC. He used to, like I said, give me the beat down when I used to use my characters. My favorite character ultimately of all time is Captain Nathaniel Adam. But Martian Manhunter still has a place in my heart like my brother does. But yeah, tough moments, a lot of tough moments, you know what I mean? I don't want to go too deep, but yes. Let's get right into Martian Manhunter and what his role is in the Justice League, but dependingly in my league. All right, so let's get right.
My will won't be broken. I'll hold them back as long as I can. The rest is up to you.
Right on time. Today we're trying to keep our spirits up. A lot of tough things happening. A lot of important things that is going to be taking place very soon. My birthday's coming up. Let's finish off the year strong. And let's close out this year, man. Christmas is coming up. My birthday's coming up on Christmas. Let's go. Doing too bad. Remember, these loadouts that I'm making, holy smokes, they keep up with the best of them. But don't get me twisted. If you are at certain level CR, you know, you have your augments, you have everything down pat, you're going to have a likelihood, you're going to have a really good chance of winning battles. But if you're talking about somebody who is going to compete against you, I definitely compete. I definitely compete in a good way.
Refugee Group Alpha has been evacuated.
I can't slow them down forever.
And thank you guys all yesterday for talking, communicating, sharing, listening to my funny stories. Just presenting yourself online. That was pretty cool.
Enemy forces are assaulting the western wall. Hold the line. The enemy attacks the central wall. Protect it immediately. Evacuate the remaining refugees.
What's so funny about this game? Like, people don't know how to handle themselves on the game. Like, on this situation, I've always built myself to be a loner, but a loner that would be able to be so strong to handle problems, right? They literally ran to my side. They literally ran to my side. They couldn't handle it. That goes down for that one. But hey, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, yo, I need just a little bit more time. Look at that. I just need a little bit more time right there.
Hope you're up for fighting zombies because there's a bunch of them out there.
The refugees
and we can
need
use
protection.
all the help we
Set
can
up
get.
fortifications and take down any hostiles in the area.
Grey Lanterns seek to overwhelm others with sorrow and grief. We must help their victims. We must restore hope.
Make sure I brush up too. But it's good. It's good to eat. It's just that, like, to a certain extent, you know what I mean. But you gotta remember, like, cleaning and flossing is very important. I gotta do cleaning, flossing, and and these not brushing your teeth all like that. Like, you just have to take care of that. You just have to take care of that. That is tough. Doesn't seem like anybody's shouting for anything right now either. Alright, so we're gonna have to make the most of, like, the queue up. So we'll definitely queue up and see what exactly can happen. The new UI on duty tab kind of scenario type, pretty cool. We're trying to get both raids in. We're trying to utilize this scenario type. If you guys didn't know, now you know. This will end on December 2nd. So be very vigilant on doing as much as you possibly can to stay alive within, you know, the triple and all that great bonuses. Do I want to do it? Okay, if I could get in the mission, I'll do it. I'm already too out, so I'll wait for that. I might be with some heroes. And if you're asking where did I get this sword out from, I didn't take it from anybody. I made it. This is a loadout definitely I made.
The teleporter is almost ready to receive evacuees. Prepare to move out.
You get the last bits of that. Probably like 45 seconds now. You gotta be like locked in. If you're locked in like that, you know what's going on. Like how my move's going big, and it's supposed to hit. So I guess they invited somebody already. Yeah, they invited somebody already. We have to wait for the queue up. We got here this time, coming around.
I'm always ready.
I hope you guys are having a great day. Starting off with Friday. If you have Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving to you. Yeah. Get back to it. Right. This is the last bit. Yup, you good. Surprisingly, on another character, I'm doing that feat and trying to get it completely done, but not on this character. Not on this character.
Let's crush these weeping idiots before they're grieved.
Too much suffering. Almost too much.
That was close. I could feel rain closing.
Glad you're here. This is getting out of hand.
Refugee Group Alpha has been evacuated. Well done.
Let's crush these weeping idiots before their grief destroys.
That was close. I could feel that was closing on my heart. I could feel crushing on my heart.
Reinforcements last.
So much suffering. Almost too much.
Sorry.
Sinestro will know what to do. He must.
Too much suffering. Almost too much.
Sinestro will know what to do.
Too much suffering. Almost too much.
No parent should have to bury their child.
If you're gonna ask what side is this character on, he's on the villain side. Surprisingly, the chat is moving so slow. That is so good. So yeah, on the villain side. So after finishing the missions and completing them, they say return to St. Walker and all the other individuals and talk to them.
Okay, that looks good. The refugees are safe and secure.
Nicely
Be ready to
done,
help if
but
that
this
changes.
is far from over. Zombies keep popping up around here, and we might need your
This
help dealing
mission
with
has
them again.
concluded,
Till
but
then,
others may be
stay
in
safe
need
out
of
there.
evacuation soon. Be prepared to assist. Nook. We have
3-4
evacuated
times.
Refugee Group Beta.
There it is.
Only
3-4
one
times is
group
good.
remains.
You have done well.
And this is
Those
3
poor
times.
souls will not succumb to the
Ultimately,
grave,
we have
thanks to
together
you.
525. So we're doing actually not bad. Not at all. Alright, so we're gonna go back to the crib, make sure we imprint everything that we possibly could have not imprint because this loadout is really good. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Keep it 100. Yeah, buddy. Keep it 100. It's a party over here, man. It's a party over here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, we're about to do Blackest Night Elite. You know what I mean? I'm trolling it. Well, not surprisingly, but I'm trolling it. You know we good for it. We good for it. We don't really need to do Elite no more, but the best thing about doing Elite content, I'm going to tell you. So we finished Elite content. We don't really have to do it, but the best part about doing the Elite content is you get more of these individual pieces right here. Sorrel crystals that will enhance your ability to have better gear within the time frame of utilizing the R&D station and doing it correctly. So there's a lot of things going on. I'm gonna start to realize who I want to put what on what, because realistically, man, we're gonna get our hands dirty a little bit. We're gonna be dueling. We're gonna be doing all that great stuff.
Thanks for meeting me. I know it may be hard to trust me after, well, everything that happened on Zamaron, but we have to work together on this.
Hey, Carol, team. Things are getting shaky in Metropolis. As you may already know, there's an enormous black lantern in the middle of the city. Its connection to Necron is giving him a boost of the black. We've tried engaging, but nothing seems to get through. Carol, I hope your plan works.
Count on it. Let's go, everyone. We're heading to what's left of Brainiac's logic battery. What are they doing here?
This is Lois Lane, Senior War of the Light correspondent with a breaking story. Many have dubbed this area of the city as the Metropolis Battle Zone, the target of several attacks related to the ongoing war between the Green Lanterns and other cores of the emotional spectrum. In a recent development, the different colors of the lanterns have united against a common enemy, the Black Lanterns. If you see any Black Lanterns in your neighborhood, please call the police and vacate the area immediately.
Oh, heck yeah! Now it's a fraggin' party!
Bloody heroes. Bloody villains. I think Brainiac is doing us all a favor by thinning the herd.
Thanks for meeting me. I know it may be hard to trust me after, well, everything that happened on Zamaron, but we have to work together on this.
Hey, Carol, team. Things are getting shaky in Metropolis. As you may already know, there's an enormous black lantern in the middle of the city. Its connection to Necron is giving him a boost of the black. We've tried engaging, but nothing seems to get through. Carol, I hope your plan works.
Count on it. Let's go, everyone. We're heading to what's left of Brainiac's logic battery. What are they doing here? Aircraft and the Star Sapphires, I've been researching the emotional spectrum for quite a while. When Brainiac mixed logic with love and the rest of the emotions, it was a big mistake. That contradiction set off a chain reaction that blew apart the entities. But now, that same battery is going to be the key to our success.
The Black is pretty much the greatest threat to life in our universe. I mean, you know it's gotta be bad if Sinestro and I are doing the buddy cop thing again. Sometimes I have hope that a common enemy can bring us all back together, but then I come to senses nothing's gonna change our ways. But for now, we can't agree on one thing. Necron and his little creep Black Hand are going down.
And then I died. When I rose, I was the herald. The blackest night falls from the skies. The darkness grows.
Find a way to unlock the... Oh, not this again.
Your hearts, your delights. My black hand, the dead shall rise.
Glad that didn't take as long as last time. It could have taken all day.
Once we rid the universe of Necron and his darkness, a new era will be born. We must not let this opportunity pass us by. It is time for order in this universe. If we impose true order, chaos and darkness will never get a foothold in our universe again.
How's it going over there? We're losing people, and that's just growing their numbers.
Almost isn't going to cut it.
Get off the line, Sinestro. How'd you even get this number? There it is. It doesn't look like much, does it? Yet it caused all of this trouble. Okay, we're going to use Brainiac's logic battery like a gigantic nuclear mixing bowl to fuse the mists together. We put in the rainbow, we get out our pot of gold. A mist with the power to neutralize the Black Lantern in Metropolis. I'm going to reconfigure the logic battery. The mist must get in there safely. Blackhand and Necron must have caught wind of our scheme. Don't let them interfere with the process.
Did you guys just see how fast that guy just popped up on me, Martian Manhunter? Oh my gosh.
Carol, we're running out of time.
I know. Cool your jets. Trust me.
It worked! You're a genius!
I know.
Get a room. Better yet, get to Metropolis.
We'll get there when we get there.
Death is a double ace. I've learned from you.
Not bad.
Carol Ferris. Perhaps you could use some assistance.
Monk, can you give us a lift to Metropolis?
Gather. I will teleport you. Kerkur.
Oh, and
I
send
might
in
be
the mist
able to
behind
slip
us.
into
We'll
fourth
need it
place.
to bring down that black battery.
Together, we will end this black night. By the indigo light.
You guys ready? Time for a feed.
We've got to cut a path through.
Then follow my lead or stay out of my way.
I've got a plan. Remember how this War of the Light mess started? It all goes back to Brainiac tampering with the emotional spectrum, and the work Star Labs has done since then. I knew that work was dangerous, but it could be useful. The Black Lanterns must have a weakness, and if death is the opposite of emotion, then combining the entire emotional spectrum should create death's opposite, life, light. If we can condense each of the emotional mists into one, we should be able to use it against the Black. Now, I just need a team.
So Cable over here thinks he's a troll. It's so funny. But like, hey, what can I say? We're in free mode. If he was in a group that we were made, this would look kind of random and he would have been kicked.
Yes, because now is really the time to pull back. Let's stand our veil here, Jordan, or all will be lost.
Oh, just shut up. We united already. Didn't you hear my ring little speech earlier?
He was crying for you guys. He was crying for like 10 minutes. He was crying for 10 minutes.
Everyone, let's go.
He was like downstairs crying. Like honestly, like yeah, he was crying, looking out the window crying. Did you drive stop? Okay. Yeah, so you can stop picking your skin, eh?
Haven't you learned yet? Life is futile, and your plan is futile. That white mist can't even penetrate my lord's flesh.
My herald is correct. Your hope dies here, as will you all.
Yeah, I told you, like it would have been better. You lasted very long. You lasted very long.
Monk is going to teleport in the mist. We'll need to get it inside the batteries.
You can't take my thing!
Yeah, I just thought to myself, I think it's just unfair to you, because if I'm gonna do a little bit more, as like I made a little bit more,
life will win.
Those things, I'd rather use your things, yeah, and then buy my own. But like if I'm struggling, then I'll tell you, and then after I'll start pitching in, like, but like I said, your money. Usually, like, our monies could take care of an individual, you know what I'm saying?
Fools.
But,
the mist cannot die too.
Then it's a good thing I wasn't planning to use it on you.
Hurry! Get the mist to the battery!
It's all meaningless.
No, but you bought me a drink here, dude.
Compression is offered to all.
Yeah, I told you, I'm like, I'm not gonna eat it. Now you told me, I think you're like, I told you, I was like, and I gotta stay away from sugar stuff, man. Like, it's not, too much sugar's not good. Like, it's once in a while, but
blinds me.
Good. Like I said, I gotta start eating and stuff. Yeah. Not really. It's 3/4. It's 3/4. They wanted some air in it. They wanted some more air in it. But yeah, it's still a good product. Yeah.
Yes.
I was gonna stream a little bit, and then after I was gonna cut out.
Be gone.
Trying to go to the. Might go to the gym. Work myself out.
Stop.
I don't like being.
It's all meaningless.
I don't like being. That's right, yeah. That's right.
Your vigor disgusts me. Yes. The light blinds me. Your vigor disgusts me.
Wow, the diamond mist has purged the corruption.
I can taste your heart.
Nobody steals from me!
You're going back to the land of the unliving Necron.
You two sound just like a team.
Shut up.
Yes.
Your death will restore Earth. The Reaper already tried. You cannot live.
gone, Necron! Stay gone! Well, it wasn't easy.
It never is.
But the War of the Light?
Very well done.
The Guardians of the universe claim to protect life, but they hardly even live it. Light and life are not worthy to exist. From now on, they shall serve the unliving. They shall serve darkness.
Yeah, very good group, very good tank. Healer was getting bombarded at the end, but we pulled it through. You know what I mean? But yeah, good group. Good group. It's just so funny. He's still shouting for elite, but he's gonna queue up. Nah, it's crazy. Queuing up elite is not the most smartest thing ever, like at all. Queuing up for normal is good. Hold on, you guys. Hold on for a second. So I just queued up for something else. Oh, let's go get some points.
Glad you're on our team this time.
Okay, watch. Just need to figure this.
The power ring of a Green Lantern, the most powerful weapon in the universe. It creates hard light constructs out of sheer will. The only way to break it is to shatter our will. Sinestro uses fear, coward's weapon. So whoever messes with us, listen up. The name is John Stewart. And all who worship evil's might, beware our power, Green Lantern's light.
Okay, so I'm gonna start dueling people, but I'm gonna make this loadout a little bit more better. While we wait for the queue. Let me see how much points we have. Okay. Close to 600. Okay. First thing is first, loadout. I gotta figure out why is what there is there. Quicker rhythm. Finances. Okay, let's see if I can get this character up. If I could, it's gonna be great. Yep. Let's go put ourselves in a battle right now and see what we would do. The first person, I think it's going to be pretty sad for them, but hey, I know I put the work in, so that's the reason why. Yeah, that's what I need to switch. Oh my god. Hold on. Oh my gosh, I think I could do it. Into brawling? It's over, ladies and gentlemen. It's over.
Reading a lot of Black Lantern energy in here. Looks like our spectral friend brought us to the right place.
Because your spectral
I'm
friend
a battle
is
DCS
awesome.
Sinestro and Larfleeze could be in big trouble. It's up to us to get them out. Let's go.
What's up with the giant book? We better check it out.
Look, there's Sinestro. We need to rewrite the ending to his story. Take out the guys with runes to match the ones on those pillars. Then take the runes to the pillars.
I have done many things that would bring a lesser being to suffer great pangs of sorrow. But not I. No. My one true regret is my fall from grace, my banishment from the Green Lantern Corps, an act that the Guardians shall in turn regret.
Okay, good. Runes locked in and good to go. That rune's locked in. Nice. Okay, good. Rune's locked in. We did it! Check on Sinestro. He's looking rough.
Lisa, she'll pay for her insolence, for her betrayal.
Forward is clear. Follow me to the next chapter. And Lars. Lisa's invulnerable. Bring the runes to the book at once.
I am invincible.
Locked in and good to go. That rune is locked in. Nice.
It will follow.
Do so immediately. Deliver the runes to the book to weaken it.
Welcome to the stream.
Okay, good. Locked in.
Tired, beat up, sore, hurting, but getting stronger every little day.
That room's locked in. Nice.
Why did you say it like that, man? You're too sweet, bro. What? Well, okay, I see what you're saying. Is that a new Drake's lingo? How people talk now? Is that how they say it? Yo, you guys gotta teach me lingo, man. You guys gotta teach you new lingo, man. My chat be giving me laughter when I'm feeling sad, man. That is horrifically funny, man. That's cool. That's cool. I hope you're doing well too. I no disrespect. I hope you're doing well too. Yo, I hope this loadout works because my 35% is not hitting. I gotta take off this. I gotta take this movement play back on. Like, what do I gotta do? Take it off. Put it back. Can you do me a favor? It all depends. Let's see what I can do in my power. What can I do? Oh my gosh. reverse the universe for you. How do you do that? Do you just see things backwards? Like, how do you do that? Yeah, that is a good question. How do you do that? Question, are you a girl or are you a boy? Because if you understand what I'm about to say right now, the way you said that, it just sounds kind of wild. You need to wait. Can you read the name? Aaron Prince? Yeah, okay, what I'm gonna say is you need to be more self-respecting yourself. You need to stop doing that. You need to start being more self-respectful about yourself. Yo, I don't know. I'm a dude. What were you gonna say? Yo, you gotta start respecting yourself a little bit more, man. Hit the gym. Do a couple crunches. Do a little warm-up so you can start feeling like that feeling. Like, I don't know. I'm going to say it like this. We come from two different generations, man. I could have had already 2 or 3 kids. I could have had 2 or 3 kids already and watch them to be like 5, 6, at least 5, 6, and 7. Just hypothetically, right? Yo, that sounds wild how you're saying it, man. Yo, what's your background? What's your background? What? You work with the cartel? You're black? Whoa. Dang. You need to start listening to some more motivational speaking, man. That stuff that makes you want to do better. Like, within what your reach can reach. Wow. This guy is talking wild. Like I said, I don't have anything against gay people. I just do not see them.
3, 2, 1, fight. You win.
Yo, please. Please, man. That stuff is tough. That stuff is tough. Man, I don't know, man. Like, the generation that I'm listening to is just, it's kind of iffy, man. I don't know, man. I'm very macho. I am very, very macho. I am very macho.
3, 2, 1, fight. Win.
I am a very macho dude. Again, motivational speaking. Seminars, videos would be very essential. Listening to people who have overcome the greater heights and meanings of life. Listening to soldiers that actually are putting themselves on the front line. Listening to upper status people who are trying. Obviously, they sound like what they're telling you is like, listen to the story and be motivated. Don't listen to the story and feel intimidated. You're not going to be in the same realm as them when they go into the same mission. Remember that. And if you did see them in the same mission, you would have to have a greater fighting means to keep up with those individuals who feel like that and move like that. So what I'm saying is, I listen to a lot of motivational speaking. There's even AI motivational speaking scenario types. Listen to those scenario types. Motivate yourself. Stop programming yourself to listen to all this nonsense and gay bullshit and participate in what the world is trying to turn you into. Do you not know when two guys do stuff together, they're never creating life? And when two girls do the same thing, they're never going to create life, meaning they're always going to be incomplete. It's a tough subject, though. It's an incomplete subject. Yeah, you need to start looking at better role models. You need to change your category, your starting 5 role models that you like to listen to. You need to change those guys. Like, you need to change your role models. Like, I don't be listening to them flamingo kind of dudes. Those are the same dudes that heads on platters. They're easy kills. You do not want to be an easy kill. I think you're typing too fast. Yeah, I think you're pretty much excited, but you're typing too fast. When are you streaming again? Is that what you try to say again? I kind of could figure out, but you know what I mean? Like, you're typing a little bit too fast. I wouldn't say your spelling is incorrect. It's just you're spelling too fast. And you definitely don't have autocorrect on, so that's cool, because realistically, you might be saying another word and then autocorrect might try to fix your scenario type. But yeah, maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow at most. I like to go on my characters at least one time a day, and then try to do as much as I can, and I stream, and it's kind of healthy for me to like get characters done and whatnot. So, it just gives me that ability to do that by just fulfilling that stuff. You know, you're one of the people I've heard that have given the best motivational speeches in the past. Past Dragon Ball speech, these. Yeah, if you want a speech, I could give it to you. I could just come up with one on the spot. It's gonna sound heartwarming, most likely. Okay, so I'm going to give you a topic. What do you want me to talk about? Give me a topic. Just give me a word and give me a topic and I'll talk about it. Something that you're looking into, that you're like, I need some understanding about that word, but I need it like in a topic where I can hear a motivational speaking sense of like scenario type. I know Kai does this. Kai does this with all of his like greatest individuals that come on his stream to just like motivate people to do some more. And I think he's gonna clip all of them, and they're gonna have a great moment. Like, yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool. So like, even though they get put on the spot to do it, you know what I mean? I think it could motivation. Okay, the word's motivation. All right, easy. Every day you wake up, you have 24 hours in a day. At least 8 of those hours are gone to sleep. Think about yourself in the future of what you want to possibly be. And don't stop dreaming. Dream as big as you possibly can, because that brain has so much more than you actually know. Everything you see and everything you touch, everything you utilize, anything you can mobilize, create, customize, it is made through the brain. Engineers have dreamed to fly. Engineers have dreamed of trying to make things safe. Engineers and people have put their hard effort in putting things in order to make it last long. For the most part, motivation is within all of us. It could be a matter of taking a step left and right. From since when you were a baby, you realize you watched everybody walk. You stop crawling and you start walking. Now you want to become one of us. The one thing that stops you from realizing your greatness is when you have other people telling you that you're not great. Let me tell you, it's a lie. You are great the way you are. There is moments in time that you're going to have to always improve on those little things that make you special as you are you. Yes, you might not have all the friends in the world. Yes, you might not have everybody in your pocket. Yes, you might not have all the wealth in the world. But I am guaranteeing you this. Management, bosses, and support systems are based on individuals that still have a dream at hand. Holding on to your dreams and aspirations is very important. And telling the right person about your dream is not just a dream. It is actually reality. The one thing that makes everything a true scenario type is when you start to put it into practice. When you start taking yourself serious every day and start looking at yourself in the mirror and saying to yourself, I deserve better. Those words of motivation immediately reflect a shield around your aura. Your aura is exactly what everybody's looking at. Why do you keep your head high in a place where you're supposed to not? The thing about it is, we all come from different highs and bottoms and lows. But the one thing that we got in common, we need to do something before we get to the grave. So the one thing that I would tell you is, stay motivated, stay positive, and always stay happy. Because one moment, there will be a moment where you cry for yourself and you realize how hard you made it from what that time was. But when you realize how great you actually are, your years of birthdays will show you your accolades on how far you made it in the journey, where most don't actually get to see life. And that's my motivation to you. Listen to me when I say this. Crying is not a weakness. It is actually your strength. It remembers and it holds you so accountable to human morality. Strong men do cry at times when they go through pain and they know how hard they pushed. But I'm not sitting there to tell you to be a crybaby. I know there's going to be moments where you're going to have your off times by yourself and you need to cry. You need to cry out loud, because what happens is when you find out why you need to keep going, you're telling yourself, I am not giving up. Because there is a lot of people who like to give up. And it's not easy. And when I mean give up, I mean they're going through a tough time and they give up. The question is, can you hold on for another day? 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 And that is what I'm going to tell you again. Crying is your strength. It is not your weakness. People cry when they're happy too, because they see a blessing come through their doors that they thought a door was going to shut forever. You just want to know that as you walk this journey, whatever journey you're walking, you are not alone. But you are alone. Because when you look around a room and you're by yourself, you are alone. Until you meet other people or in your surroundings, you are not alone. But remember what I'm going to tell you again. Your feelings have to be explained in the most critical way to show that you are a warrior and not someone who's just complaining and crying. And you are hearing it for your very best own Christmas baby, Chris Dash himself. I am telling you again, hold on just a little bit longer. And we're here to talk to you, to understand, but most definitely understand what I'm going to tell you. This game that we play called life is very special. You just have to find the things that make it special about it. Now that's the journey of conversation. How do you improve off a conversation? It's when you know the conversation is so real that you can actually go and do it, and you can actually feel it, and the doors start to open and make sense. I got a lot, man. You can keep on going. I can keep going, man. I can keep going. Like they said, if you want to hear a story about something that went through my life to make you feel a little bit more realistic, like I'm not just coming up with nonsense, just give me a topic to talk about, and I will tell you if I have gone through it. And I will definitely show you exactly what real feels like, and you will know a little bit about my life, but not the whole story itself. Because my story could actually possibly be a book. But what I can tell you is, I don't want to make it seem like I'm putting you down. I am a warrior at heart. How do I stop raging? I know it's stupid, but tell me. Raging. Oh. You see, the thing about this is, you know what I mean, conversation-wise, anger lives in all of our hearts. Resentment, greed. I don't want to put you above me. What would happen if I help you and you don't understand? I taught you everything I know, and you still don't utilize it. The promises, the trust that I gave you. Rage is one of the most scariest things to have. But if you know how to channel it in a way, I'm going to give you a story. I grew up poor. My family was not rich. The man in the household obtained the wealth. I was selfish. I worked hard for every single cent I got. Selfish. Rage is one of the most scariest things to have, because I'm going to tell you this. If you don't find a way to channel it, it will take you over. It will get the best of you, and you will lose control, knowing you will say things the way you want it to say. You know how someone says, no one tells you the full truth and never always the truth? That's what rage does. Rage actually tells you the truth. Why is it that when somebody is about to fight with you, they tell you everything at that moment? Because they know they want to hurt you the most. They want to drop the ball on you and watch you completely, utterly use your physical skills to hurt them. It's like having a girl or your wife that, hypothetically speaking, I'm just going to say it again. You were with her for, you just married her. You've been here with her for like 2 years. The first year, she didn't trust you. She slept around with different type of people. She didn't tell you anything. You got in one argument. That was the biggest argument of all of your life. It came down to financial. It came down to you're never there. You're always at work, or you're always saying something that you are there. And she's starting to realize she's complaining. And she's trying to fill that void. But in the argument, of the heat of the argument, it gets serious. And she tells you everything, and you say everything too. So he brings up the past stuff, and then she brings up the past stuff, and then she brings up some future stuff. I've been sleeping around. I've been having an affair. And he's like, I've been sleeping with other women too. I can't even look at you the same. And da, 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 da. You know those videos and things on YouTube, right? Those skits. They both come out clear, out of anger, frustrated. One wants to hit the other wants to hit the other one. Someone wants to break something. You want to smash in the house. You want to break whatever anybody gives you. I channeled rage into sports, into working out, into pushing my body to see strengths and weaknesses within my body. Sometimes I break and sometimes I hold. Rage is one of the things that you got to realize. If you let it overflow and you don't get it out, you're just waiting for the moment to happen to really reveal it on somebody that is willingly deserving of your rage. And at those means, for the other person who does not know exactly how much rage you're holding, the fight will be immense. It will be the fight of your life. Uncontrollable. Pulsing in rage. But what I would say to you is to control. Is you got to understand how to keep yourself under control. Know who's worthy of it and who's not worthy of it. I learned rage only works when you care so much. So for instance, if I was an individual in a situation and I'm standing on a platform like this, I don't feel rage. Like, you see what I'm saying? I'm here by myself. There's nobody beside me. There's nobody fighting me. No one dueling me. No one's getting ready to do anything to me. I don't feel any rage. But the moment I come across a couple people that stand in front of me and you know they can harm you, the energy starts to build. And the sad thing about it is, letting your guard down is very scary. Because you know how you would speak to a person and you know what you would say to a person, but you think they don't have the opportunity of really exposing. You're just a talker. You are not physically ready to handle something that you cannot handle. So there's a difference between submissive people who actually know, if I talk out of those tone, I know people will kill me. So they find other ways how to use their rage. So what I say is, be careful with the tongue of your mouth. It's a sword. It's a very powerful scenario type. But if you talk the talk, you have to walk the walk. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's why I would say to you again, be careful what you say to certain people, because they love a challenge. And I know someone like, individual like you, you're just waiting for the right moment to let it boil over. And what I will say to you is, when you come back to realization of after you do what you do, how do you actually feel? Is it going to stop? Or is it still burning inside of you? Or are you waiting for someone to actually put you in your place to make you realize the fight was worthy enough? So think about that very closely. Choose your fights very wisely. Very wisely. And rage, find a way to harness it into something that you can do. Sports, writing, poetry, art, game playing. It is okay to go on the mic and swear up and say what you want to say because you're young. But there's going to have to be a point, a moment where you start to realize you're growing up. Find other words that you can use to say anything else. It's the way that your mind is programmed. And what your program is not what you're not knowing is what your program is. Being at the bottom, listening to shooter music, listening to the environment around you, listening to how people treat each other, listening to how your spirits around you are feeling, those things come through the natural feeling of actually feeling something. You're human. Rage lives in all of us. The question is, if you keep on feeding it, what is the reason for? Are you trying to find a way out to go to jail? Because usually that's what happens. After you do a criminal activity, usually you get caught or you don't get caught. So the question is, are you willing to go in there and find out that people in jail, the rage lives there. It smells of rage. Jail makes you realize the smell of rage is utterly smelling. It's so potent, it literally feeds the air. So what I'm saying is, are you willing to understand your rage is so strong that you deserve to be with all the rest of the ones who have it in jail? Find a way to utilize it properly. But I would say it again, don't get caught. Don't get caught. Don't get caught, because we know what people do when they rage. I have seen guys beat up their women. I have showed women that girls get their ass kicked by guys and beaten up and like boxed up and punched up. That shit really does happen. So what I'm saying to you again is, choose your fights wisely. Choose your fights wisely. Because when you go in, they go for family members, they go for loved ones, You got to know all those people that you care about is so far away from the problem, it will never come back to the problem. Be careful out there. Rage lives in all of our hearts. Believe that. We just know how to measure it until we can't measure it no more. You got some W questions too. Believe me when I say that. You got some W questions as well. That sounds good. Stay blessed. Stay blessed. For the rest of the chat, anytime anything makes you mad, do something that makes you happy, man. Stay in your positive light. Stay in your positive light. That is what I call good aura. Stay in your positive light. Stay away from negativity, man. You got to know who your friends are and who you're not your friends are, and who your peoples are and who you're not peoples are. Because remember, everybody doesn't see everybody as everything. Like if I said to you, you know how like people have like so much people who watch them and pretend like they love them and cherish them and all this great stuff, but until the moment really reveals itself on how you actually really would treat that person, it would never be notified until it'll be notified. So what I would say to you is, keep yourself away from problems. Put yourself in a position where you can feel like you can grow and not lose. Because remember, when it comes down to one thing only, your security, your safety, and your well-being matters no matter what anybody says. Because they're not playing the game just for that today, tomorrow. What is the point of this? You're not getting no value out of it. The only value that you're really getting out of it is when it comes and it rises, you knew I beat your ass.
For me now. We're not running a bed and breakfast yet. Walla wants to know which of you suckers what the ground you're walking on. squad, let me know.
So then you would say we both coexist to help each other understand a little bit more about information. That information is very important. We all need it. It keeps us alive. There's a lot of ways that we learn. Visual learning is when you can see something and you can see it. And you can transparently understand. If you do the same body language and you understand why I did what I did, you understand exactly that was the vision. Oral is when you can close your eyes and hear it, and you can understand within a blessing of your ears. And then there's the other one is practical, not practical. It's like when you write something. When you write something down and you can read it and you fully understand it. It's the way you're interpreting information. The way you interpret information will declare what kind of person you really are and how do you learn from what's good and what's bad. There's a lot of pros and cons to a lot of situation, but the pros are when it actually comes, you know it's coming, or it has to come. The con is when you know it comes, what is the most likely chance of it not coming? Pros and cons. Everybody's trying to be fair with one another. A lot of people are trying to be fair. Some people try to scheme off the top and think you're stupid. But you got to understand one thing and one thing only. How does it benefit you at the end of the day when you see it? Now that is the point of when it comes down to it. How does it benefit you when you see it? Now if I told you something never had value but it had value, when it got value, somebody added value and gave you value, so ultimately value was always value. Because value does not have value yet until a value situation is able to sign on a value situation. What do you mean, can you get my DC, your DC? Can I get your DC? What do you mean? Please explain. You see, now this is why I'm trying to give you the time for your spotlight to explain to me what you're trying to understand. Like, what am I? Oh, Discord? No, I don't really use Discord. Surprisingly, I'm not hip like that just yet. I'm not hip like that just yet. I would have a small community, most definitely. I stream every so often and every day. I don't mind good conversation. I want to tell you something which I don't think I can say here. Oh, okay. Give me a broad topic about it, and then I'll say if you can and cannot say. Depends on if you want to share, because remember, nobody in the chat knows who you are unless you're telling your friends, come watch this guy, and then, or be like, come tell your parents, like, come watch you. Like, no, I don't think so. Like I said, I'm a small streamer with a big view count. Do you understand? A small sub count. That's not really, it's decent, but for the years I've been streaming for, it's not as big as it should be. But what can I say? You know what I mean? The audience chooses who they like or what you want to buy. But the views will never lose value because it will never lose its value. It's a view. It's not should you tell me. You should tell me the broad topic of it. Give me a topic of it. Like, say, okay, so if I was saying I'm having girl problems, say lady problems. And then it'd be like, everyone's having lady problems. So we could talk about that broadly. Or I'm having workplace problems. I feel like my manager wants to fire me. And then you'd be like, uh-oh. You need to break to me. You need to one, keep a little bit of your truths, but tell me the story. You know what I mean? Tell me a story, right? Or there's another one could be I'm having problems at home. So then I'm not really looking at the individual. I'm more understanding that we all have problems at home too. Or financial. Because that means you're not really, everyone's having financial problems. You're using a big word to explain the trickle downs, like the base of the problem, right? The base of the problem. Because if you specify exactly what it is, then there is some situations. Yeah, it's problems at home. Okay. Okay, just recently, I'm going to give you a little understanding because I could use these individuals because they put themselves out there at a high level and they capitalize on everything that happens. So I was watching DDG's cousins and familiar friends and family members, and they were talking about going to therapy. And he's like, black people don't go to therapy. Like, what black person actually says that goes to therapy session? And I sat there and I was like laughing to myself. Like, I don't care why one of my caretakers like made me mad for made me something so small. And yeah. So this is a problem at home? Yes or no? Just say yes or no. Is this a problem at home? Yes or no? That's a caretaker. Caretakers. It sounds like a workplace thing. It sounds like you're like a janitor, the first one in, the last one out. You know what I mean? You got all the hours. You know what I mean? Don't disrespect your caretakers, especially if they keep places clean, man. Definitely, they definitely do a good job trying to keep everything sanitized and stuff. No, so this is how I almost did myself. So no, this almost did myself. Okay, so you say you have problems at home. How often do these problems occur? 1 time a week, 2 times a week, 3 times a week, 4, 5, 6, every single day, every second of the day, every minute of the day, every hour of the day? Is it just something that just comes and goes? Once a month, twice a month? I'm just waiting to see what you would type realistically. And you start to see what problems look like. Notifications are problems. Notifications are good notifications, and then there's positive notifications, and then there's bad notifications, and then there's some of them that warn you notifications. Your body does a diagnostic with yourself. So ultimately, when you wake up out in the morning, your body does a diagnostic. You're starting to feel yourself. You get your nerves start working. You start to feel exactly where the pains and the problems are starting to trickle down. Sometimes things get number than areas, areas, and it starts to feel like it's getting better. Some places feel worse. Some places are only getting better in time, and they need more time to be like. So my thing about notification is, how many times a day are you having this problem within a month's worth or a week's worth of problems? Or has this problem been just one problem that has been lingering for a very long time, and you don't know how to explain yourself, right? And when you say, so no, this is how I almost did myself. Like, I don't know why one of my caretakers made me mad for something so small. And yeah, did they teach you the scenario type? Did you do the opposite? And did you look like a child doing it? Or did you do something out of the attitude of making a decision and it made someone unhappy? Because remember, in this time that we live in, things that you do are going to make a lot of people unhappy, and a lot of people make a lot of people happy and sad, right? So you got to remember, there's two sides that you're filling on the plate, right? When you go to a job, they want you to be independent enough to understand how to problem solve. They want you to be at least comprehension, understand what is about to be taught to you. You got to have some prior knowledge of what's right and what's good and what's not good, right? They need you to have the understanding of, you're going to go in there and be the young man that you're supposed to be in there and keep safe in a scenario type under their wing. So when someone's watching you, if something happens under their watch of watching them, there is a problem with the person who was watching the situation. Because it's like me saying to you is, how is a baby knowing so much in this world when you live that lifestyle and you know what could be incorrect and what is correct, but you're not watching? That's the same thing that you got to teach your kid. It's like how you teach your kids. They don't know what can hurt them and can hurt them if you have not taught them theory. That's why sitting down and having serious conversation to see how the mind works, it is a very important thing. To say to you like this, if we cross the street, what is the first thing you do? Some kids will be like, I'm just going to cross the street. They're going to stop. Whoa. You're going to say, whoa. And real adults would be like, whoa, okay. No, that is incorrect. And then after he's like, what, do you have another answer? I will look both sides of the road and look and wait until the car stops. Well said. You waited to proceed until they notified that you were there as a pedestrian. Kids don't know any better. The moment you think kids know any better, yo, you fucked up as a parent. You suck. You literally suck. You're garbage. Your kids are the same kids are going to be walking around life thinking that the world owes them something when it doesn't owe them jack shit. So you got to know what comprehension looks like, man. If someone taught you something, okay, so let me see. What if someone made you feel small? What then? You see your age, okay? Now, let me break it down to you like this. How does they make you feel small? Are they talking down to you, or are they talking to you on a level where you realize you still haven't made it to certain levels yet? Because if you be like, okay, you got a 40-year-old man He lived life. He has a house, he has a car, he has a wife, he has kids. You are a 20-year-old or 22-year-old trying to figure out life, and you are asking him, what would it take to obtain all these kind of things that you have? And you're not looking for the understanding of, oh, I want everything you have. You're saying, I would like to resemble the understanding of what does it take to have what you have, but understand that it's not the same thing. I want to get a different scenario type in a different location. So he might say this. What are your job like what do you do for work? What are you doing for school? Where's your education going to be at? Have you looked in the market of where, businesses, like, do you know, you see, like, basketball, you can start from, yay high, you could go from high school to middle school to, preschool, and then after middle school, and then high school, and then college, and then university, or college and university, and then go to the pros. And then the NBA is the biggest organization that pays you. And then you start to go realize, you'd be like, but there's other leagues out there that pay you. Yeah, Euro League pays you too, but not like NBA though. And then you're like, so NBA is the highest level? NBA is the highest level. Those are where the $1 million contract ends up coming out, and those guys can pay for those situations and have you in there. So if you're wasting their time, they don't have a damn problem of saying you need to go. You're not worth more millions that we have to offer you. You're wasting our time with the time you get to put it on the floor. So what I'm saying to you is, there's always guys who talk down to people. A coach talks down to his players. But there's coaches that are players before coaching, and they try to talk to them and make them reasonably understand, do you know what it takes to survive in this game? If you do not do these things and we give you the minutes, they will crack down on AI level. What did you do in the time frame of all the minutes they put you through a whole season, and you look stupid as fucking hell? They're gonna realize that you're not supposed to be playing at the level that you're playing at. So they're gonna tell you again, you're unaware of your evaluation. You cannot do this. You don't just grab someone off the street and say they're going to become the boss of whatever. You have to have plans in order. Having a car is having good credit. Having a house is good credit. What's your credit look like? Is your credit score 700 and something? 770? 777? No. He's like, oh, my credit is probably like, it's good. It's just new. No, you need to start building. You need to start buying some candy. You need to start buying some things from the dollar store. You need to go to the gas station. You got to understand what you need to start putting food. You need to start putting money back on the card. How do you put money back on the card? How do you get paid? Weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, every day? How do you make money? Oh, you need to make money. How much do you think usually your rent is? Do you pay rent right now as a 20-year-old, 2-year-old? And then you start to think, oh my gosh, you're not on the level yet. So I'm talking down to you, making you realize that is what makes people understand you don't have the same perspective, but you need a mentor to get you there. So realistically, what I'm saying is, you want to be a know-it-all, but you're not a know-it-all. So the best thing for you to do is be a young grasshopper and understand one day the baton will be in your hands, young son. The baton will be in your hands one day. You're going to have to hold. And you're going to have someone like me. And you're going to be me one day. And you're going to have to give them the same lesson. So what I'm going to say to you is, if you're 19 years old right now, are you talking down to a 6-year-old thinking that a 6-year-old can talk up to you? There you go. You are less experienced understanding. I have one thing that I learned about young people. Their understanding sucks. Their understanding sucks. Growing is with understanding. Time is in your hands. Asking, am I doing this correctly? Can you show me how to do this? I would like to learn how to do this correctly so I can make the right correct situations every single time. Am I doing this decently well for you to make you feel that this is going to be done properly? That's a level of security. You're giving them security knowing that you're trying to do it safe. You ask questions, they're supposed to tell you the decent, right answer to fulfill the company's or whatever needs is possible and impossible. That's why I say again, companies do not do this and they let people astray. So what I'm saying to you is, how do you feel being less fortunate, understanding about a lot of the things and feeling like you are asking for the answers? There's a difference. Talking down to you is not what they do to you. They're frustrated knowing that they should be playing with a character at the same education level. Do you understand now? Being quiet is not a weakness. It could be your strength. You might learn in silence while someone explains it to you. But remember, you want to ask questions. I was wondering, how old are you, kid? Yeah, see, you recorrect yourself, man. Good job. Good. That's good. That is a learning curve, too. You recorrected yourself. Sometimes you have to learn that on your own. There's nothing wrong with that. You're becoming the young man that you need to be, but you got to remember one thing, too. And with every lesson that you learn, you got to apply it and understand it now and make it something that's going to be a vessel of your success. We all make mistakes. We all make mistakes. We need to just recorrect them. You see, you got a lot to learn. I'm going to tell you, as an adult, as a young adult, being 15 years old, you don't know anything about the world yet, man. You don't know anything about the world. All you know about is video games, girls, the new trends, the swaggers on how much it costs, building up your room and filling it with things like putting nice things in your room and trying to make it your own. You're thinking about wearing your nice shoes. You're looking fly and coming in looking clean so no girl will make fun of you. You're thinking about brushing your teeth. You're about having a clean mouth. You're about having hygiene. You probably got pimples all over your face still, trying to work out that acne stage. You know what I mean? You're thinking about a lot of different things than like a real adult would be thinking about. You're supposed to have fun. You're going to make mistakes at this age, but you got to realize when you're on your own time, you your own boss. But when you're around people, you gotta act like a little bit mature, man. You gotta act a little mature. Like they say, man, you can't be running to a candy store and be like, oh my God, this is only candy. Like, hey, we got a candy store. Can we go in there? Yeah, we could go in there. Yeah, we could go in there. All right, let's go in there and check out the candy. There's a way that you present yourself in a different light. You know what I mean? You can't just be, you know what I mean? Like, because a 5-year-old, when they see candy, the first thing they doing is running towards the candy, right? But now you got some resentment. You're like 15, like, do I want to go in the candy store? I'll go in the candy store. You know what I mean? Let's see what's going on up there. Like, oh, they got my Laffy Taffy. Oh, they got my Hubba Bubba. You know what I mean? Let me cash out. You know, how much is that? $3? $3 there. You know, you got a 5-year-old run up to candy and thinking that they open the package and rip it. They'll call that stealing. You know what I'm saying? And then you got a parent coming out and say, oh, how much was that? That's going to be $1. Okay, here's $1. You know what I mean? You gotta know. You gotta know. You're in a different light now, man. You're in a different light now too, and you gotta remember, like, you're a young grasshopper. Young grasshopper. You're a young grasshopper, man. You are a young grasshopper, man. Young grasshopper right now. So you're gonna be doing a lot of learning. The education system, you're going to have to find out what makes you feel comfortable, like the words that make you feel comfortable. You got to start a little bit reading a little bit more, man. Finding methods on how to read and stuff, because, like, yo, girls like smart guys, man. In the end game, all girls like smart guys. Let me tell you what I'm going to tell you, man. All these cool guys in the near future, if they don't solve all their problems, financial problems and home problems and stuff, they're going to be washed out, man. I'm telling you, they're going to be washed up. They're just going to be cool. He was always a cool guy, but the cool guys win at the earlier stages. But in time, well, if they can't pull the numbers, they can't do all this, you can't do all that. The geeked out people, the nerds, they're going to be stealing people's girls left, right, and center, bro. I'm telling you, girls like security, man. They like security, man. When they don't feel like they security is there, they hopping onto another, and another, and another, and another, and another, and another. Especially if you're not giving it to them. So what I'm gonna say is, you're still looking to do things, man. There's so much to look forward to, man. You got to make a list next year, man. Things that you want to do. Football game, baseball game. You know what I mean? I want to see what it feels like to go to a game and get a ticket. I want to feel what it feels like to go downtown for the first time and travel throughout my city and be safe. I need to know the ins and outs and understanding the routes that I need to take, the bus routes that I need to be taking. I got to know the areas that I'm not supposed to be belonging in and not getting in trouble in. You got to know the bad areas in the areas, and you shouldn't be hanging around them. Because if you say, oh, I'm from this area, and then you're not from that area, you're going to get touched. You can't say you're just from any area. You know what I mean? You got to be safe about how you go about moving in throughout the days and the nights. Because remember, other kids are preying on other kids too. You know what I mean? So you got to be a little bit more understanding and aware. You got to be awareness. This is why I say you need to go and watch a little bit more mentors. Because remember, mentors really want to see the best for you to see it through. So you could say to themselves, I listened to how he was actually trying to make me understand. And now I feel a little bit more better about myself. I have a lot more growing to do, but I have a lot more thinking to do within myself. We're not asking the world from you right now. We're asking you to understand what you want to do within the world's tolerance. That's what's going on right now. And it's not easy, but what I'm going to tell you is, your mother and your father, they're not going to tell it to you like that unless they have serious conversations like what I'm telling you right now. You got to make sure you're staying into school. I graduated. Graduating is one of the things that was on my mind when I was like 14, 15, 16. Getting my driver's license by 16 was getting my G1. You need to make a list of things that you want to do and talk to your peoples about them. And maybe if they got true love, they'll probably see it through with you. But if they don't, you know in your head, you have a lot more grinding to do. Getting allowance. How do I get allowance? How do I get something so I don't have to be a beggar on the street? You got me in the house and I'm a beggar in my own house. How do I get allowance? Privileges. You got to know your privileges. You got to know your privileges. Talking to your parents about what you really need. Not everything at once. Making a list and say, honestly, I'm growing outside of my shoes. I'm looking for a decent pair of shoes that I can wear. But then you're going to be like, son, are you going to ruin your shoes, though? I don't want you beating up all your shoes and look the way you look at your shoes. That's how you treat yourself. Look how you let your clothes just drag up on the floor. That's how you treat yourself. Look how dirty your clothes is. That's how you treat yourself. There will be days that you will have some bucket days with no haircuts and stuff. That's okay. Because when you know what you need to do, you know when you get that haircut, you freshen up. Maybe you want to start getting haircuts. Can you start taking me to a barber? I need to start looking more presentable in front of people. I don't like looking the way I look in the society I am from. I want them to look at me for who I am. I did all of these stuff, man. I could never have another person think that he could tear me down. I would dare you to stand in front of me and challenge me, challenge me, really challenge me, and I would definitely slay you. I will put whatever your God is, I will literally have him on your side just to show him all my truths and all my lies, and I'm gonna shoot you with all my truths and my lies, and make you realize how far you still need to go. Remember, old people are not just old. They live through all the circumstances of stress. You just haven't seen it yet. So I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for coming out, watching Chris Dash, and I will see you guys with another video. We have completed all of our characters for the week, and most definitely streaming tomorrow, we're definitely going to get some more things in. Do not give up on yourself. Do not give up on yourself. You still have so much to live for. I will be around. Remember, you can leave comments if you want to. People do not see my comment sections and they don't respond to them. If you feel like you want to talk to me about something, just hit me in the comment section. I will be there. Okay, I will be there. I have a phone. We all have a phone. My phone is not blowing up like how it used to be, but we still have it blowing up. You know what I mean? So feel free to hit me up when you want to. Just say, hey, I can pop by and say, hey, because realistically, we all need some level of guidance. But remember, I'm not a weak mentality individual. And I always put myself in front of everything and handle it. So believe me, whining, crying, and sorrow, those things are natural, but I don't feed into those energies all the time. So I'll see you guys later. Have a nice one. Enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe. Stay motivated. Keep pushing. And remember, always, always, always just be happy. Peace out, everybody.